Hello, my name is Kazuto. Welcome to another video. I'm sorry I haven't really posted in a while, but guess what? I am happy because God has blessed me with the greatest thing ever. Pathetic Anton's hater streamer jealous. I was praying for this. I watched Much Crickle's video on this shit. I was so fucking happy because this nigga has pissed me off so much. This nigga is disgusting. I took a break from YouTube mostly because I was dealing with all shit. But come, this has to be the happiest day of my life. I had to make a video. Anyway, for y'all who do know or don't know, John Somali is a streamer who used to be on Kick, Twitch, and Party, who was kicked off all platforms because he was harassing people, being weird to people, even sexually assault, almost sexually assaulted people. Well, this weird ass nigga would. This how it started. I'm gonna tell you the three places he went to: Japan, I think also Thailand, but I'm not gonna count that one. Japan, Israel, and North Korea. Those were three big places he went. He went to in Japan. He was harassing people on trains, going to stores, causing problems, getting arrested a bunch of times because people called the police on him, being racist, and then after that, he kept getting his ass beat almost time and almost get arrested. He fled the country. Then he went to Israel. He went to the Western Wall, which I didn't know at first was the Western Wall. It was just a holy land that he stepped in. Now, this is the Western Wall of Israel. Damn it. Oh, I'm in the middle of making a video. I'll be right back. Listen, I know I'm taking down to my kitchen, my mom's kitchen, and then my dad sent me eat. But it's the good picture right here. As for John Somali, I'm happy that nigga is finally arrested. The reason why I say that is because for one, Whoa, the worst streamer ever to come out alive. I'm sorry to say he is, and he was a terrible person. This kid would go out of his way to harass people, and anybody who liked him, he was like, "Oh my God, others are being racist." And then when he get caught, he's like, "Oh no, I'm from America." I was joking. I'm from America. Like that's supposed to say it. Then after that happened, because it happened in Israel, he was caught by one of the police officers. He was harassing one of the female ones, and they carried his ass off. But they ended up letting him go. And I'm glad this happened. While he was over there on one street, he was thinking he was unsafe. Well, apparently he got beat up over there multiple times, but he thought he was safe one night until he heard gunshots right next to him. I'm not joking. In that area, in one of his issues, that was his last issue. He was hearing gunshots on the other side of his stuff, and he was like, "Nah, I can't stay here." Yeah, the moment he heard that, he realized they don't play over here. You can get shot if you do the wrong stuff. He was lucky these dudes were only beating him up and not shooting at him. He wasn't the target, but that triggered it for Jarvis and Moses to never come back. And he immediately left when that shit happened. Oh yeah, when that happened, he said he ain't coming back. That man dipped out as soon as he heard them bullets. Oh yeah, he was gone. You thought John was a track star when he was running away. That man had dipped out fast. He said he was not trying to stay in this place. So after that happened, he ended up trying he ended up going to another place, Korea. Now, Korea was the worst one he should have ever. He didn't realize in Korea, they took away. He was doing the same thing he was doing, but worse. There's these little statues of women who were sex slaves when they were younger and told their story and died later on. But people made them into statues as a representation of how these women live. They end up dying, making it to old age, even after the traumatic event, basically showing like they still respect him. And Johnny would put himself in baby oil and go and rub himself on the statues, kissing and licking them, and dancing and twerking on these things. Bro, yeah, I was like, there's no way somebody would be that crazy to do that. Correction, Johnny is that crazy of a person to do this. Johnny went out his way to do this to somebody. Then after that happened, and all the else stuff he was doing in Korea, people had enough. People will go and hit this man. I mean, bro was put on his butt multiple times by multiple streamers. There's even a random dude in the street with a white shirt. Johnny kept harassing bro, and the end result was Johnny ended up getting get punched out. Yeah, Johnny ended up getting his lights punched out by the dude. Yeah, it was that bad. So after that happened, Johnny ended up trying to do even worse stuff. Didn't work out. Because it took for these people to put a bounty on his head. But he didn't realize how dangerous it was. This man, they made it so if anybody was able to knock John Somali out, the whole city, this was like multiple city people chipped in to put a huge bounty on his head to kill him. Yeah, when I heard that, I knew he was over with. But if you are that bad of a person, that they put a bounty on your head, it's sad. So after that happened, Johnny began on being almost every day. People would run up to him, try to box him, try to basically almost put this man in the bar. There's multiple instances where he had the police to come to help him because how many times he's got beat up. And in one instance, he got the mess knocked out of him, and the police took him to the police station and drug tested him, and found out this guy had been smoking weed. Yeah, this dummy went called the police, not realizing how illegal it is to smoke weed inside of their country. In their country, it's very illegal. You think it's illegal over here? Over there, you get prison time for smoking weed. Over here, if you smoke weed, you're likely to spend like 30 days in jail. It ain't that deep. You just get like a drug charge, and especially if it's like a small bit of weed, it won't be that bad. Yeah, they'll likely just give you 30 days in jail, like to scare you up and shake you like, hey, don't do this next time. Or next time it's prison. That's their type of warning. They give you like 30 days in jail. So that happens. Then you got then after that happens, they have streams of this man getting drunk on stream, causing havoc on stream. I have no idea how he's still alive and kicking, but then after all these months of waiting for an update, I kept seeing videos on this fool, kept seeing stuff about him. I was like, bro, please somebody give an update on this fool. They gave an update. Yup. And it was the happiest day of my life too. They gave an update. So there was another dude who gave the update. It was most critical. He said that this man was getting charged because he did 2 recordings. He did 1 recording, like in 2 recordings in the same clip. Is one clip of him saying, "Oh, your next clip you finna see is me find out if he's guilty or not. Or he's finna get let go." And the next clip you see this man jumping up, clapping, bro. I was like, "Oh, thank God, thank you, Lord." This nigga was sentenced and was found guilty. Oh yeah, they put him inside a labor camp. Labor prison. Yeah. 10 to 20 years, man. Well, I've never been so happy in my life this is ever lived. That man deserved every bit of prison time. I'm sorry to say that. I don't look down on a lot of people. Bro, he deserved to go to jail. That man was villainous. If they would have let him go, that man would have spent his entire time bragging how they did let him go, and it was so neat for him. They weren't with none of that. They said, "Oh, bro, you were going to jail. And not even good, you going to prison. A North Korean prison." That's what he went. He went to a North Korean prison and was spending the next 10 years. They're supposed to do like. And John knows in the next 10 or 20 years he's got, people will forget him. People forgot about J Station. That's because he got his inspiration from Ice Poseidon. But I'm making an example like J Station was also one of the people who did some stuff like this, making unhinged content. He would make those 3 a.m. videos, and it took to a point where he was banned off YouTube for years. And it was, I think, until now when he was able to come back because he was able to make an appeal. This man Jason was going for years, and people forgot about. I forgot about him. He came back though and changed his behavior. This man got a beard and everything. That's how long it's been since anybody has seen J Station. He was gone. Nobody has seen him for literal years. And then when he finally came back, bro had a beard. He had a girl and everything. Bro was gone. He had nobody left. J Station had really, if you look up J Station, J Station has no girlfriend or he's living somewhere else and just making what he can with the new content he's allowed to make. He stopped making 3 videos, fully just telling like these horror stories and stuff like that, which is actually a better outcome. Cause I thought he would went back to making like that type of content, but he didn't. He stuck to the same thing. He just gonna go back to making that type of content no more. And I said he's not gonna be that type of streamer no more. Learn from his mistakes. And from now on, he started just making like story content. So I haven't seen J Station in years. I think the last video of J Station I saw when he was on YouTube before was him saying the Dear David thing. Excuse me. And that was the last time I saw him. Later on, no. But that's different from John. Jason was young. J Station was young and stupid, and he learned from his mistake the hard way, and did a real life thing. Johnny is old enough to know the fact of what he did was wrong. This man is in his 20s, by the way. This ain't somebody who's 19 and just spending a life. He's in his 20s. He's 25, 20 something. He knows what he's doing. And he said he knew what he was doing when he messed with them people. He didn't care. And he didn't think the prosecutors and RFs was going to use his screens as stuff against him. And they did. They used buku stuff against him. And he realized, I think soon Johnny realized the fact that he was finna go to jail. He started trying to make plans to escape. Him and his friends started trying to find ways to help him escape. None of them worked. Yeah, he was trying to flee the country as fast as possible because he was not trying to stay there. He knew the fact that any moment he really was like he wasn't stupid. He knew those people was like going to send him to jail, and his best option was to basically he thought he was getting sent to jail. He didn't think he was going to get sent to prison. And that's what my dog 8 times he's finna talk about right here. Mine makes gravy. Look. Here we go. Alright. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know. I forgot he did this. Yeah, this is the one I'm talking about. I think it was much critical who said if he was charged like for 10 or 20 or 15 years, it was one of them two. And I hope it was the 21 because I don't not want to see that nigga. He could appeal for a shorter sentence if he do good in the prison. I think he might try to do good in the prison just to get released early. Because that's in every country. If you do good in prison in any country, you'll basically be released early. But I'm pretty sure Johnny will try that just to basically, if you keep doing good behavior, just to get released earlier. But that's if he survived prison. Because last time I checked, the people in the prison also know who he is. So he knows the fact that if he mess up in there, he's likely enough to get beat up in that too. And he already knows he'll be done for if he did before. So he's likely gonna attack. That shit paused. Is my stuff still on? Hold on. Okay, thank God. I'm gonna like this for a little bit. I was not trying to. I'm glad I paused it and left. Oh, I'm gonna basically tell you what that sexual registry one is. The S registry. That one is because he made an AI deepfake of him and another streamer who he hanged out with kissing. And in Korea, if you make a deepfake of a person without their consent or knowledge, that is considered sexual assault, and you can be fined for that in Korea. Korea do not place anything about them deepfakes. So when he did this, I already knew likely he was finna go to jail. So when he basically said this, likely guess, bro thought he was finna go free until the judge told him that he finna have to go on a sex registry and basically his visa is gone. Basically, he can't ever leave Korea and he has to live by their rules. And basically, he barely understands language as is, and he has to have a translator. So, I'm pretty sure a government person will give him a translator if he asks for one, because he don't know any Korean language. But some people over there actually do speak very good English and can translate for him. But nobody over there wants to be friends with Johnny Somali. I'm sorry to tell you, this dude is an asshole. I'm sorry. He's an asshole. And the fact that he wants people to help him is crazy. Nobody wants to help a dude who really went out his way to hurt people. I use the bathroom. Sorry, y'all. I gotta take y'all with me. Yeah, I'm gonna get on high pressure. I ain't gonna show y'all me doing. What you doing, Miss Lady?
For the acute treatment of migraine,
what is better
in adults, Nurtec ODT can provide relief in 2 hours, which can last up to 2 days. Don't take it allergic to Nurtec ODT.
Alright, here you go.
Allergic reactions can occur even days after use.
I'm gonna use the bathroom. Be back.
Rash, swelling of face, mouth, tongue.
Is that?
High blood pressure and Raynaud's syndrome can occur. Get help for high blood pressure.
Mama, eat some for lunch.
Color changes in fingers and toes. Common side effect is nausea. Ask your doctor about Nurtec ODT. I'm sorry. Excuse me, y'all. But he want people to help him and wanted him to give him visas. Dude, you really thought they was going to give you visas just because you from America? Did you know who Korea is? They don't give a fuck. They've been friends with America. So for you to go and try and tell people, oh, I didn't do anything, this, hell no. They thought the police, they could do in prison by then. Shout out to him and go get his gamers the thing, but I don't know. My nigga, my shit not sponsored. This is how they found him. I did forget that we did this too. Yeah, this man was in hiding because the police hid him from everybody. They found where he was, going to each location, because to get that type of stuff to live, you have to be really close by. And they started looking around for him in each of those locations and found that single one where he was around that location and basically tortured him more. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he can't lead a country. Yeah, he kept trying to think of escape routes, but he likely guessed none of them was gonna work. So he had to hope and pray the fact that they didn't find him guilty. They found him guilty on like 8 charges and he was sentenced. Temporary passport. Yeah. That was a temporary one, basically meaning it allows him to travel around in North Korea, but not out of North Korea. So basically, he could travel to another state, like dang, in North Korea, but the police all know his face, and basically the fact of any part of North Korea he goes to, he could possibly even probably like go to South Korea. They don't give a damn. They probably don't like you over there either. And I'm pretty sure China's glad he didn't go there. But I'm pretty sure if he would have went to China, he wouldn't have fucked. Yeah, if he would have went to China, he would have been screwed. Cause China don't play. Them dudes do not play about they stuff. So if he would have went to China, I'm pretty sure he would have been a lot more screwed up. I thought he was in North, but he in South. And the ocean, if y'all know, is very unforgiving. So if you go out there and fuck around the ocean, you could possibly end up dead. So at any point in time, if he would have took any other thing, the best outcome he could have got is being found by the Coast Guard. The worst one he could have got was lost at sea with no direction of where he was going and no internet to tell people where he ended up. But when you get arrested for illegal entry in a country you aren't from, it was banned on Kick, YouTube, and Twitch. The messed up thing is everybody said, how the hell do you get banned on fucking Kick? Kick is a place where you can be unhinged as you want. You can clap cheeks on Twitch and they wouldn't ban you. A dude went on there and was on Omegle and getting girls to show him his breasts on Kick. Guess what? His stuff is uncensored because on Kick you can censor it or leave it uncensored, they don't mind. But bro, them dudes was on there being uncensored and could throw or have on stream. Them people wouldn't care because if it got you tons and tons of views, them people don't care on there. That's why people who said Kick is unhinged. I don't even want to record on Kick. I like staying on YouTube and sometimes may go over to Twitch and do some videos of that. But for you to tell something, to try to get people to be friends with you, no, we don't want to be friends with you, dog. Nobody on Twitch, YouTube, or Kick trying to help you. kept lying. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, don't say that. Yeah, one of the charges, but it wasn't the deepfake. Yeah, cause he threatened to basically press charges on girl for also the deepfakes because I don't know why that would hold up in court when it's clear as day you made those deepfakes. And she didn't want to get in trouble, so she basically they settled for to drop the charges. Even though everybody else said it too, she clearly would have won that case. She she probably just didn't want to deal with any more of John Somali's bull, so she just gave and said, I'm not gonna push charges. Because she would have to see that man in court, get all the extra stuff he be doing, so she probably said, nah, I ain't trying to deal with none of that. And basically dropped the charges like, yeah, I don't want to be in any room with a psychopath. So she dropped the charges. What's up, you? I was doing a YouTube video. Yeah, you should have been here early. Kiki punched the flow. Yeah. But yeah, after that happened, he had to still deal with everything else. Keep pressing that circle button.
Damn. Oh, no. Oh, that's a dude. Oh, I thought that was I thought that was somebody else. So Johnny thought, oh, he got away with it. Okay. Dude, I didn't realize they themselves have to drop that case in order for him to be let go. So he didn't realize that, and home dude was arrested. So I'm pretty sure when he heard that, he knew, oh, they could arrest me too. Because that's basically what it is. He could get arrested for doing. That's basically what that basically means. That means the court has to decide if they want to drop this case. And if they don't decide and the other party that you agree with to drop the case was found guilty, Johnny knew likely he was going to be found guilty. DJ, what are you planning on making? DJ, no. DJ. I checked that from. He playing 2K?
Yeah. Focus in. You don't get to run about like fucking focus in.
He ended up realizing how bad this was, so he just it's not. Nigga really thought this nigga was gonna save him. Get the fuck on. Oh no, they didn't give him 3. D. Like on my name. Yeah. AC man. Yes, man. Yeah, we see the same in the room. There you go. That mother flipped on me. He didn't get that. I'm glad he didn't. Everybody voted yeah. You go to jail. I think he got more time because for most cricket, it's like he got years, not months. But I think this dude is right. He like because he was there. He like he just got months for 6 months. Bro, you gave him 6 months. You gave him years. Yeah, child sex harassment was him going up to underage girls, and these girls, because the girls looked adult, and basically they looked so called his age thing. They wearing backpacks that you would clearly tell these niggas at school. But he went out his way to still flirt with them. Yeah, they took his ass. Yeah, bro, you going a sex registry. I'm sorry to tell you, my nigga. I like to defend my community, but nigga, you ain't no community. You come back to America, you getting your ass whooped over here, or likely killed. You lucky they didn't do it over there. Damn. I knew they was gonna appeal. That's what I'm talking about. I knew it was like gonna appeal his ass. I knew he was. I was like, if he, cause I knew if he did good behavior, they could have get an appeal for an early release to let him go.
Which, if that happens, he can likely come back to America. Cause that man probably is not gonna stay in Korea any longer than he should. Oh, he go to Supreme Court. They charging his ass. You know, Supreme Court is a lot higher than just a regular courtroom, like what he was in. If he went to a Supreme Court, he will be facing way deeper sentencing charges. So he will be screwed. Thing is stupid. They knew he was gonna. I'm sorry for not talking. I'm just listening in on this information. Cause bro, to hold nigga, cause I thought he would get years. This man could even be. He could be in there 4 years, 18 months. That's just 12. 12 months. So you got 12 months, right? 7, 8, 7, 8. So that's 2 extra. 12. That's 12 months. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That'll be 8 additional months upon the year. Because 12 months is a year. So he will spend a year and 8 months in jail, in prison. Is it if they give him 18 months versus them doing just a year and 2 months? He better hope they don't give him a year that long. That's gonna suck. That's the thing. People do be like messing with Korean people sometimes, and with Japanese people, but they never go as far as what Johnny did. Going this far is basically your own death sentence. Because what if them people all came forward and wanted to press charge of Johnny for the harassing incident? He already has to be registered on the sex registry in North Korea, and he won't be able to leave for a while because, dude, you can't go near any women or children, and the plane to go back to America has women and children on it, so you'll be stuck in jail. Not jail, prison for a long time. Just man, uh, that tells you. But bro, I'm so glad this man's charged. Please, and I want to say this, please, by the grace of God, don't be like this nigga. You being like him is the result in serious damages to your reputation, your life. Your mom won't love you again. Your dad will be disappointed. Your brothers and sisters will look at you like, bro, you're our brother. Like, bro, you are not a good person. And for you to go and be this way, you are a terrible human being. You're a terrible human being, cuz. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm out. Peace.